Hello everyone. Before the video starts, I'd like to mention that I now have a Twitch account at twitch.tv/3dtinkerer, and I plan on streaming general 3D modeling for various projects while taking viewer questions about 3D modeling or any other computer-related questions. I also have a Twitter at twitter.com/3dtinkerer where I will post new uploads or poll for new video ideas. So with that being said, let's jump right into the video. Hello everyone and welcome back to the 3D Tinkerer channel. So today we're going to be talking about a really cool add-on that's getting added to Blender 2.8 called BlenderKit. So what's BlenderKit? BlenderKit is basically a website that has a bunch of high quality materials, objects, and brushes for like sculpting that basically has an add-on now in the official version of Blender 2.8 where you just, you don't have to download the add-on from their website. You just click the checkbox and it allows you to connect to their website and download directly into your Blender client objects, materials, and everything, and it just works flawlessly. So you like drag a material on an object, and once it's downloaded, it instantly is applied to it through the node editor. So it's a very cool plugin. Their website's right here. Now, if you look closely, you do notice they do have a paid plan, but from what I've seen, they actually have almost all the materials are free. So that's pretty cool. So I mean, if you want to at least try it out, it seems like it'd be very powerful with like architectural scenes. I don't know if I said that right, but basically where you just kind of need a texture to go on that flat surface to make it look more realistic and a bit more lively, I guess. It might not work for like single object modeling because I think substance is always going to kind of be king in that regard, but it does give some kickback to Blender. If you see, you can actually become a creator, but under revenue, 70% of the revenue goes to creators and 15% goes back to Blender, and then another 15 to BlenderKit. So that's pretty cool. So how do you get it? Well, like I said, it's in the new version of Blender 2.8. So if you go up to Edit, Preferences, Add-ons, and if you type in Kit or BlenderKit, you can see it pops up right here. And all you have to do is click the check mark, and it's ready to go. It's installed. So you might be saying, well, then what happened? Nothing really changed. How's it work? Basically, it moved over to the N panel on the side. So I'm going to clear up my scene real quick. And if I press N to bring up, I guess this is kind of like the View/Tools panel. You see now I have a new key called BlenderKit. So I'm also going to turn on screencast keys while I'm here. So you see now we have this toolbar called BlenderKit, and you see it is a little messy, but it does have a search bar if you need to get to a specific object. So let me just show you how easy it is to use. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in a cube to my scene, and you notice here there's 3 buttons at the top. There's objects, there's materials, and there's brushes. So in this case I want a material, and I'm going to just pick, let's go for floor. And you'll see once I click on floor, it'll actually start loading all the images for what these textures look like. So it's really cool. You can see I can go over to the side and look at the other ones. So it's a very cool add-on. So, and you'll notice that all I have to do is, let's say I want this wooden floor shiny. All I have to do is click, drag, and then when I put it on my object, you'll notice there's a little icon on it. And you see that little load, it even has like a loading bar to show the progress. So you notice nothing really changed, but that's because I'm not in a material view. So if I pop into material view, give it a second, you see there's my texture. It just instantly worked. Now let's take a wooden floor texture. Let's see what that looks like. So give it a second to load because it is downloading it, and you see, boom, there's our wooden floor texture. And you might have to go through and manually edit some things, but as you can see, it's in the node editor. It just kind of works. So it's a very cool, powerful tool. But the only thing where it does seem to be lacking is the variety of different materials and objects and all that, and even brushes. It seems like it's still like fairly new to the scene in terms of like materials and stuff. There's a lot of websites now that offer high quality materials. It's just this one is a really cool one that has a built-in add-on to Blender. So it's something you can at least give a try if you want. You'll notice if I go over to the objects panel, there is a free only checkbox. So let me show you quickly the objects. So there are some really cool objects. A lot of the objects you have to purchase the plan for, and I'll show you the pricing for that in a little bit. But you'll see here, for example, if you go to characters, where is it? Yep, character. You'll see they have full 3D. It's photo captures of models, so you can drag and drop these into your architectural scenes, so it's very cool. But you notice there's a little lock button next to all of them, so I can't actually get any of these, but I can get this old human skull model. So just kind of show you how easy it is to pull models into your scene, I'm just going to drag this model in. You'll see there's a little green box that shows its size, and when I let go, boom, instantly loaded in. In that case, I think it's because I might have already downloaded this one. Let's try the same thing with a button. So you see there's a button. You see it had a little loading bar, and boom, we have a tiny little button. How cool is that? And you can see this is a very high quality skull right here. This had to have been like a photo capture. There's even like a little ID number on the bottom. So yeah, it's very cool. And there is a free only button, so if you want to filter all the not free stuff out, you can. And there's also a little rating feature, so you can rate the quality of them, because some of these are, I think almost all of them are user submitted. You can also rate the complexity, like how long do you think the artist took to make this. I don't know what the complexity would have to do with the rating, but you can just rate by quality, so very cool. And there's also the brushes, so there's quite a few brushes as well, but you'll notice I'll have to switch to sculpting mode. So I'm going to quickly drop in a UV sphere here, and let's just add some geometry to it. That should be enough for now. And you'll see if I go into sculpt mode, boom, we get all of our brush options over here. Sorry, brush options over here. So again, there isn't too many options, but there are some cool ones like clothing. So we'll let this load up real quick. Does take a second sometimes. Oh, okay, there we go. So yeah, you see if we go to clothing, there we go. You see they have some stitch textures for like zippers and chainmail, I guess. That's pretty cool. Like patches and stuff. So I think all you have to do is click on them, and yep, it says it's downloaded. And you'll see if I hit F and zoom it out, you see there's that brush for when I change the size of the sculpt brush. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on Dino Topo, or however you say that, Dino whatever. And I'm going to lower the detail scale a bit, and it should, if we just draw, maybe we got to give it a bit more love. Let's change it to 6. Yeah, so you can kind of see it's getting us that zipper look. I hope this isn't too much for my Blender. Yeah, so there you go. So I might have went a little bit overboard with it, but you can see it gives you that zipper pattern. And how cool is that? And I do have symmetry on, so that's why it's doing that. But yeah, look at that. You basically click one button and you can add a zipper to your models. How cool is that? Of course, we can just click another one if we want the chainmail. So I'm going to click and drag. And boom, look, we have a chainmail pattern. How cool is that? So it's a very powerful add-on. I think there's some similar ones. I think Polygon might have something like this. But again, this one is built into Blender 2.8, so it's very cool. You can see you can also log into your account, so if you do purchase their paid plan. But yeah, they have all sorts of different models and stuff. If I uncheck free only, like let's go to vehicles. See, they have some really cool looking car vehicles. So if you wanted to like plop something in the scene as kind of like a complimentary, like say you had like a big garage or something, or you just wanted a car in the background, like outside your house that you were doing. You see there's a lot of cool stuff that you can do. And again, you can sign up as a creator, so if you feel that your models are up to scuff for your materials, you can upload to this site. But again, there is, if you want to just use it yourself, there are some paid things in the way. Let me just bring up the price plan. They do have, of course, they have yearly plans and stuff like that. But you see, if you I know they have a monthly one as well, but yeah. Oh, yeah, here you go. So you see, it's $10 a month, $7 quarterly, and they have a special going on. But yeah, and again, I'm not sponsored with these people, but I think it's a really cool add-on, so that's how I want to mention it in this video. So yeah, that's it for this video. So if you have an opinion on this add-on, feel free to leave it down in the comments below. If you'd like to see more services advertised on my, well, not advertised, but shown on my channel to show what you can use to speed up your workflows in the future, feel free to tell me down in the comments. But yeah, that's about it for now. If you'd like, please check out my social media. I'm going to have them linked down below. I'm going to start streaming on Twitch more, and I'm going to start posting on Twitter. So yeah, that's about it for me on this one. Have a good one.